We're actually a nonprofit organization geared towards educating and empowering youth and young adults to become self-sufficient. Some of our programs include the Youth Entrepreneur Program, Art and Culture Program, as well as a Health and Wellness Program. Some of our events include the Youth Entrepreneur and Leadership Workshop, where we have significant individuals speak to the youth about empowerment as well as educating them. We also have the Healthy for the Holidays event, which is our health and wellness program, where we provide free health screenings, including blood pressure checks, blood glucose, etc. And we also have the Stop the Violence event, where we have significant individuals speak to the youth about counteracting violence.
I'm gonna give a couple of tips, and then I'm gonna slide in, and then we'll be out your way. And so I want y'all to give her a warm welcome. This is her first time.
All right, Tina.
Everyone, it's so good to be here, so good to share some of the things that I've learned in trying to maintain my weight. I can somewhat relate to Marlon, just the struggle of weight. I've struggled with weight in my past, and sometimes I think it's easier to lose the weight than maintain the weight. And so there's some tricks I've learned over the years to help maintain my weight. I'm also a fitness, both Joseph and I are fitness instructors at the YMCA and Joseph and other places. And what I've noticed is a lot of the people that take my class get panic during the holiday time. And they just think that they're going to gain this enormous amount of weight. And I'm like Marlon, it's only 2 days. There are a few days now. We do have festivities in between that we do have to watch for. But really, I'm going to give you tips for maintaining during the holidays, but also you can take this throughout the year, okay, and use these tips. Don't panic during the holidays. Realize, as it's called, Still I Rise, I like that. Still I Rise, you can maintain your weight, you can lose weight. Many times we get discouraged and think, I can't do this, it's too hard, but you can do it. Like Marlon said, it is a mindset. And it's a journey. You got to take one day at a time. And just stay encouraged. Find someone who can encourage you during the holidays and throughout the year to maintain your weight and to lose weight. And also live a healthy lifestyle. That's very important, the most important actually. So I have like a list of 20 that I did this morning, and I'm just going to name out those 20 as quickly as I can. I've worked inside my home for many years, so I've really not had to deal with those issues of office parties and coworkers inviting you over for dinner and those type of things, and that has now become my reality. So there's some things I've done, and one of them is bring your own food. If you're going to a dinner party and you really don't know what they're serving, I suggest bring something that you can eat when you're there, something you can indulge in so that you're not, basically at the mercy of whatever is at that party. Eat salads, soup, and healthy choices first. That's a trick that I've learned when I go out to eat. First of all, I am very conscious of where I eat. Places where I used to eat, I no longer eat that. If they really don't have healthy choices, I try to stay away from them. Fast food, I really try to stay away from fast food because there's very little that you can choose when you're stopping at McDonald's, at Burger King. I mean, there are a few options, but not many. A lot of hidden calories, hidden fat. So instead, not only have I tried to watch the fast food, but when you're thinking healthy, you want to do something, whether it's, I like to do Mexican. You have to be careful of what you choose, but then you are talking about fresh vegetables. You're talking about, if you're going to I like Coyote Canyon. I'm not trying to plug Coyote Canyon, but I like to go there because I can, fix my own salad. I can choose to eat that first, eat as much as I want. And then basically once I'm nice and full with my salad, then I don't have to worry about those main foods. And even there, they have whether you have a steak that's been grilled, it's so much better than fried chicken, a baked potato without butter. is so much better than, you know, dining somewhere where French fries are your option. So, you know, when I eat out, I really do try to stick with a broth-like soup, salad, and this way I feel so much better because now I've eaten something that's healthy for me, but also is filling, so I won't eat so much when I'm eating my main course. Stand clear of tables or rooms where unhealthy festive foods are. That's a biggie for me right now. We have I work in a school, so we have what we call the staff room. And lately, people have been coming, have you gone to the staff room? They have like cookies and cupcakes. I said, nope, not going there. So, you know, I would suggest if you have, you know, an area where you work and that's where they tend to take all of those yummy festive foods, stay away. Once you walk into the room, it's pretty much over. Because if you've allowed yourself to go that far, you're going to get in. So, yeah, so I like to stay away from that. Also, if you're in a room, you know, like for me, I'm like, I come in this room and I've already seen that there's cupcakes back there. Well, stay up here and don't, you know, don't stand around back there because then I'll have a tendency to start thinking about those cupcakes. Another one, eat well before going to dinner or parties. I love that one. Eat something before you go to a party. Make a healthy choice. Get your tummy where you know you're pretty full. You can maybe eat just a little bit more, but you won't have a tendency to overeat when you go to that dinner party. Another one, chew gum while cooking. Many times, you know, a lot of us probably cook for the holidays, and we have a tendency to want to dip and taste as we, you know, as we cook. Chew gum. It's a, you know, kind of a little bit of a pain to have to, you know, spitting out gum and putting used gum in if you're, you know, if you're cooking. So that's a trick for me. I like to chew gum while I'm doing that. Concentrate on your meal while you're eating. Eat slowly and concentrate on your meal. You know, if I'm talking, and, you know, for instance, we're in this room and I'm talking to someone and I'm just kind of eating, you know, but I'm really not thinking about what I'm eating. I'm just putting those calories in. Before I know it, it's all gone. You really haven't thought about it. You don't really feel satisfied, and you tend to overeat. Eat before grocery shopping or going to the mall. That's another big one for me. And again, this is not just holiday tips. This is, you know, if you're trying to maintain your weight, eat healthier, lose weight, you can take these tips to them all year long. If you go to the grocery store, it's a big one for me. Well, I used to do this. My daughter's in the back. And I used to do this when I would shop. You know, I'd see a bag of chips and I'd think, I'm going to pick those up for Lauren. Then I stop and think, it's like, I'm not getting that for Lauren. I haven't tasted those chips. I'm buying those chips for me. So when you go, you know, if you go and you're hungry, many times I would be hungry, don't go hungry. Try to eat something, a healthy snack, before you go to the grocery store. Drink lots of water. That's another tip that comes, you know, is coming later. In the car, have your water there. When you're heading to the grocery store, try to drink a bottle of water. You'll feel fuller. You won't be so apt to grab those snacks that they like to put right at the front as you walk in and just kind of throw into your shopping cart. And also before you go to the mall, you know, if you're going shopping for clothing, Christmas shopping, eat before you go. Otherwise, you know, that fast food, McDonald's, Burger King, Kentucky Fried Chicken, they get really tempting. Pre-plan your shopping route. Now, I read this off to Joseph, and he's like, wow, extreme. But, you know, for some of us, eating may have never been a struggle. For some of us where that has been a struggle, we almost have to treat it as if it were an addiction. Because, you know, if you were, you know, an alcoholic, sometimes they take, you know, drastic measures. Don't go down the street where that liquor store is. Same thing when we're shopping. You know, if you know, you're going to go grocery shopping to a mall, you know, maybe you're not going to choose Oak Brook when you have all the wonderful restaurants and, you know, maybe your favorite restaurants. Stay away from that one. Choose a different mall. Choose a different route. Go a different way. If it has the Overwise on that street, and you love Overwise and have a hard time, you know, turning away from Overwise, to go a different route. Choose healthy dining restaurants. We kind of covered that. You know, there's certain restaurants that are better than others. Limit the high number of calories and high-fat food items. Again, you know, whether you're dining out or at a party, limit. You know, it's really not like Marlon was saying, you don't want to deprive yourself of the things that you like. It's how much you're taking in. So limit that. If you want that piece of chocolate cake that you see on the table, well, watch what you eat throughout the day so that you can have that piece of cake. If you're eating cake in the morning, maybe a donut in the morning, and then afternoon, you're going to have some other, maybe a ice cream cone, and then come evening, you see that piece of cake. It adds up. Limit that. This is what I have a tendency to do. I watch what I eat throughout the day, and then if I know I'm going to a party, like yesterday we had our staff party, so I really made sure what I ate during the day was very low in calories, so that if there was something there that I looked at and I thought, ooh, I'd really like to have that, I felt free to eat it without feeling guilty about it. Eat breakfast, do not skip meals. Many times we think that if we want to lose weight or maintain our weight, well, I'll just skip this meal. Even myself, I have to be honest, I just got married a couple months ago, and, I was thinking about that gown. I was like, maybe if I don't eat this meal or that meal, But really what happens is your metabolism slows down, and you really actually fight against the ability to be able to lose weight. You're slowing your metabolism down. If you skip meals, you're going to get hungry, and you do not want to get hungry, because when you get hungry and you have a tendency to eat wrong, you will binge. And so you want to try, don't skip breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day. And don't skip any meals. Snack in between, light, healthy snacks. Okay, then you won't get hungry. You won't have a tendency to binge out. Make healthy meal and snack choices earlier in the day, as I've already talked about. And you won't have a tendency to overeat later. Drink lots of water. Water has a way of making you feel full. And so the more, needless, and it's also wonderful for your body. If you drink water, it does have a tendency to make you feel full, and so you won't have a tendency to overeat so much. Avoid sugar-filled drinks at those parties. If you can drink water, many times, so many people are into water now, bottled water. You pretty much can't go anywhere without them serving. They'll serve soda and all kinds of other things, but water is usually there as well. Choose the water. That's a lot of empty calories. Choose your indulgence wisely. If I know that I have a taste, many times, I'll have a taste for something sweet. Instead of picking up the first thing you see, really stop and think, what do I really want? What would I prefer to have? Okay, if I'm going to eat something sweet, fattening, let me choose something that I really, really like, and then just limit the amount that you eat. We talked about not depriving yourself. If you're craving something, you know what? Give in to the craving. Just limit how much you have. Buy smaller amounts. This is my biggie. If I have a taste for Lay's potato chips, I have a taste for Lay's potato chips a lot. They're nice and salty and real, I don't know, I just love them. And, instead of buying that big bag when I have a taste for them, buy the little bag. I don't feel quite as guilty. It's not as much fat, calories. If I bring that big bag home, I will eat it today, maybe all of it. And if I don't eat all of it, I'll eat it the next day. And next, now I have 3 or 4 consecutive days that I'm eating potato chips, whereas if I would have grabbed that first little bag, I would have been satisfied and not eaten as much. Okay. And the other thing is don't buy snacks for your home. That was a biggie for me. If I buy it and bring it home, I'm going to eat it. Okay? If I don't eat it now, I'm going to eventually eat it. And so it's just the best thing is just not to buy it at all. With getting married to Joseph, Joseph does not have a problem with snacking and making bad choices when it comes to snacks. So he can have all kinds of snacks in the house and it's not a problem. But me, I'm like, this is not how I usually live. I can't have all these things. So I've actually had to learn to try to readjust. Gained a little bit of weight since I've gotten married, but going back in another direction because it's just, it's a journey and you just have to learn to move with the journey and adjust as you go, okay? And so I just want you guys to think healthy, not only for the holidays, but always. And if you've been struggling with that, keep the mindset, still I will rise, still I rise. Okay, you can do it. Don't believe that you can't. Keep telling yourself, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, and eventually you will. And then I'm going to leave the rest for Joseph.
Okay, number 19 is exercise. Number 20 is avoid stress. And so exercise is real important to what I'm doing. The body was created to move. And so it's something that I must do, not like at work. Like if people used to say, I'm at work and I do all of this stuff, that's not exercise. Exercise is something focused in your mindset that you're putting aside this time to do something for your body to create the burn of calories. Because when we eat, we gain calories, and so when you exercise, then you burn those calories. And so I just want everybody to think about the time that you have on this earth is limited. And so you got 24 hours in a day, you got 168 hours in a week. And so out of 168 hours, if you commit to 3 hours, you still got 165. Now, if you can't do that for yourself, then that's something that you have to ask yourself why. If exercise is a good thing, like stress, especially around this time of year, exercise helps eliminate some of that stress. So stress is like everywhere. Everyone has stress. The only ones that don't have stress now, they're in the graveyard. They're not living. And so stress is something that causes a lot of problems. You don't have to eat bad. You can have a lot of stress and get high blood pressure. You know, you can have a lot of stress and have a heart attack. So stress has a response with our nervous system, which has two components. When you're thinking about sympathetic part, that's the part where you want to fight or you're going to flight. You're going to fight whatever problem you got coming up, and you're going to respond in a way that maybe is not healthy for you. You know, especially like say you might drink more alcohol or you might eat more food because you're stressed out. And so you have to learn how to, you know, look at what's stressing you out around this time, whether it's family, whether it's tend to meet family you don't want to see, but you only see them around the holiday. Or maybe you got to buy a present that you don't want to buy that you don't even got the money to pay for. And then you stress out again come January because when we, you know, unmanageable with money and things like that, Bill and them still want their money. Yeah. You know, light bill, gas bill, water bill, all of them, car notes, everybody still want their money. So around this time and all the time is something I got to learn how to manage the stress in my life and what's stressing me out, you know, like somebody was saying earlier. And then you got to find time for yourself to express that you really love yourself. If you love yourself, you would do stuff to indicate that you love yourself. And if you're doing stuff opposite to that, then you have to ask yourself a question. And everyone has to do that, you know. And some people have different issues in life with genetics. Like if I look at me and look at my father, I see where I got this from. It's from him. It ain't just from life, you know what I mean? So, you know, you have to think about the history of your family and stuff like that. You know, my family came up on, you know, ham hocks and, you know, black-eyed peas with pig feet, pigtails, and all of that stuff. And it caused a lot of problems with the family along with stress. And so that was something that I had to look at. I had to make better choices. And I don't think you should deprive yourself. You know, it's all about portions. You know, God created these things for us to consume because you need food to be energized. You need food to be able to move and function. If you don't eat, then, you know, your body go into another mode with your pancreas and gallbladder and liver. Everything is like, what are you doing? Why ain't you feeding me? And so when you do eat something, it stores it up for the wrong thing, thinking it's not going to eat again. And so what you do is your body goes into what we call like a phantom. It's like, you know, it's like a wilderness. And so you got to learn how to manage stuff because everybody is different. Everybody got their different experiences in life. But the main thing is the body is meant to move. And so you have to exercise. And you can't blame other people for the condition that you're in. Because that's one thing that everybody has to do for themselves, and that's eat their own food. You can do stuff for other people and all that, but one thing you have to do is eat for yourself. And so we have to learn how to, you know, do better. And it's good and wise to listen to other people that know. And doctors is a good thing because God put them here to help give us some direction and give us some things to see that it's really wrong with our bodies, because sometimes when you try to play doctor on yourself, that's not good. And I know some of us, we'll do that. We'll play doctor on ourselves, and that's not wise. So I just thank God that I'm in the condition and position that I'm in today from the lifestyle that I used to live. far as with drugs and alcohol, and smoking cigarettes. When I stopped smoking cigarettes, and that's like a stressful thing too. You watch people, you get a lot of stress, you want to smoke it and smoke another one, put that one out with the one you smoking. That means you stressed out. And so when I stopped smoking cigarettes, God put me in a position to be able to teach fitness. You know, because I used to box in Chicago, Golden Glove, champ, all that. That's why my license plate say jabbing. And some of y'all, I can still fight. So I just want to slide that in there. Okay, so you know, everybody has something that they can do, but you got to be able to take care of your body. Your body is a temple. I used to hate when people say your body is a temple. And so I'm learning and still learning, you know, just even with my wife and the way she do stuff, I'm learning how to, you know, do better. And that's all you can ask of yourself is do better. You know, wake up and ask yourself, am I going to do better today? Because you get another day to get it right. When you make a mistake, fall off, don't beat yourself up. Just get back up and like you say, ride. You know, if you just still sit there and just be like, I'm still going to sit, then ain't nothing going to happen. Because that's what we don't do. We don't move. We sit around, we eat, and you know, everything technology, you watch TV, you got the phone. And some people right now been talking to people way somewhere else, right while they're in this room. You know, we have conversations and stuff like that. We don't go talk, we don't move, we don't do like we used to do.
Right.
And so that's why we got a lot of problems. So stress is something that kill people, and it takes time sometimes, and sometimes it don't. So exercising and reducing that stress level, I think, go hand in hand. And drink plenty of water. And we got free classes in the community. I said we got free classes in the community. I said we got free classes in the community that you can come to. You know, and we got them at Monday and Wednesday right here at Morningside, right across the street in our community center at 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And also we have something else coming up on Tuesday and Thursday on St. Joseph Street at the Soup Center. Okay, and it's at 5 o'clock and it's free. It don't cost you nothing, but it do cost you something. You got to come there. Okay, so once again, I'm thankful to be able to come here and be able to talk. I'm thankful that my wife was willing to participate, and you guys look real great. I want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, and I want all y'all to be the kids from under the tree. Still, I'll rise too. Thank you.